news, the classic version of Tetris for Nintendo, released in 1985, has achieved remarkable success. Over 520 million copies sold worldwide. The game's objective is to stop the accumulation of falling geometric shapes by rotating and placing them into straight lines. But 35 years after its release, 13-year-old Willis Gibson has proven that it is possible to beat Tetris. It took the young gamer only 38 minutes to achieve.
Welcome to This Week in History. My name is William.
And I am Jace. This week in history, in 1923, English archaeologist Howard Carter entered the sealed burial chamber of ancient Egypt ruler King Tutankhamun.
The first 911 was placed in 1968. As telephones became more common in households, fire department recommend having a simple number to call in case of emergency.
In 1950, Disney released its animated feature Cinderella.
And in 1903, Toy Star owner and inventor Morris Mitchcomb placed 2 stuffed bears in a shop window, advertising them as teddy bears.
See you next time
On This Week in History.
Now let's go over to Alan and Raymond with sports.
Welcome to sports. My name is Alan.
And I'm Raymond. In football news, the Super Bowl was last weekend, signaling the end of the football season.
The Phoenix Suns were in California Saturday night playing against the Golden State Warriors. Tonight they are back home to take on the Sacramento Kings.
In hockey news, the Coyotes were in Pittsburgh this past weekend to play the Penguins. Tomorrow they will be home to take on the Minnesota Wild. That's all for today.
See you next time on Sports News.
Good morning, Desert Sunset, and welcome back to another week of DSN. Today, I have a really special guest with me. You all have seen her in the front office. This is Miss Rachel.
Good morning.
So, Miss Rachel, tell us what's been going on at Desert Sunset.
Okay, so we just recently had our STEM showcase, and we had lots of hands-on activities to do, such as penny spinners and marble races. We are also working on our community mural for Desert Sunset, and then parents were also able to go around and see all of our science fair projects.
Yes, it was a great night. It was so fun. I got to see a lot of you there, and Miss Ram and our STEM committee, thank you for making it a great night. Mrs. Madewell for making it a great science fair. Your projects, boys and girls, were unbelievable. And we had judges here. They were in from our school, and they were so impressed with all the projects that they saw. It was really hard to choose. But we did have 3 winners from our 5th grade class. So in 3rd place, it was Brielle and Jordan. They did a great job. It had to do with sipping. Their board was about sipping and water filtration. And then we had Ella was our 2nd place winner, and then Ava was our 1st place winner. She had a project on soil and plants and what's the best soil to grow your plants in. We also had a 3rd grade winner, Chris Davis, and his was quite something, Miss Rachel. It was all about atoms and molecular structure and why things would maybe melt faster and things would change quicker because of how they're made up, and had quite a binder of data. It was impressive. So we are excited to send our 1st place winners on to compete with all the other schools in our area. So it was just a great week, and I know Friday too was a fabulous time at the PTO dance. So we had lots of things happening last week. What else do we have coming up this next week?
Well, we talk about how important it is around here to be kind to each other, and we want everyone to feel welcome, have a comfortable learning environment for everyone, and just to make it a more positive place. And so next week, we're getting ready to do a Random Acts of Kindness Day. All of our classes are planning different ways that they can show kindness to others. We're really excited about that.
I can't wait to see what Friday's going to look like. So be watching for it, seeing what comes up. Next week, we also have 2 very important evenings at our school. So we have Tuesday night for our 4th grade parents. So boys and girls, if you are a 4th grade student and your parents and you are interested in learning more about Astro Camp, that's a camp that we go to in California up at the top of a mountain, and we learn all kinds of things about space and electricity and magnetism, and it's really a great time. Lots of hands-on science, and your teachers are all people that have been trained in the sciences. So that's great. That's on Tuesday night. We also have our Catalina parent meeting night for our 5th grade families. That is going to be on Thursday. So Catalina is more of an oceanography camp. So we study starfish, and we snorkel, and we dissected squids one year, Miss Rachel.
Oh, that sounds
It was very fascinating. I found it very fascinating.
Okay.
And so Catalina, again, just oceanography camp, same thing. Those classes are run by professionals and people that have studied in those fields. So it's a great time, and just to see things we don't normally see here in the desert. So if you're interested, doesn't commit your parents to going or you, but if they can just come to the meeting, that will give them information. So we're looking forward to another great week. And so, boys and girls, we will see you next week on DSN.
Thank you, Ms. Dirksen. Now let's go to Caitlin and Maya with entertainment news.
Welcome to Entertainment News. I'm Caitlin. And I'm Maya. Harkins Theater has their $5 movies Saturday through spring break. This Saturday, they're showing How to Train Your Dragon. Author of the Judy Moody and Stink books, Megan McDonald, has a new book being released this week. Is a House for a Hermit Crab follows a hermit crab on a perilous journey to replace his outgrown shell. That's all for this week. See you next time on Entertainment News.
Let's go to Wyatt with science time.
Welcome to Science Time. My name is Wyatt. The world's largest iceberg is on the move after being stuck to the ocean floor for 37 years. A23A stretches almost 1,500 square miles across, which is about 3 times the size of New York City. A23A was seen drifting in the Southern Ocean just beyond the Antarctic Peninsula. Experts expect it to end up in Iceberg Alley in the South Atlantic and ultimately melt. Experts are carefully monitoring how close the megaberg gets to South Georgia, an island in the South Atlantic Ocean. If it becomes too close to shore, it could trap the island's penguins and other animals, preventing them from getting food in the open water. See you next week with more Science Time.
Now let's go to Mackenzie and Kayla with fun fact trivia.
Welcome to Fun Fact Trivia. My name is Mackenzie.
And I'm Kayla. Did you know that February 13th is National Cheddar Day?
This day adds some cheesy goodness. So many of our American dishes would not be the same without a slice of cheddar's deliciousness.
Your question for today is true or false. Cheddar is a good slicing cheese.
True or false?
You have 10 seconds to make your decision. If you said true, you're correct.
Unlike softer cheeses, cheddar slices very easily. It's also a great melting cheese.
How to observe this day. Share your favorite cheddar recipes. Celebrate with others by hosting your national cheddar party or taste different types of cheddar.
See you next time.
On Fun Fact Trivia.
Now to Lorena with the word of the week.
Welcome to Word of the Week. My name's Lorena. This week's word is persevere. Persevere is a verb and it means to continue steadfastly in a task or course of action or hold to a belief or commitment, especially when met with difficulties. That's how it can be used in a sentence. If you want to achieve your goal, you must persevere despite all obstacles. Next time on Word of the Week.
That is all for this week's episode of DSN. See you next week.